Hi, I'm Greg Dell, here with attorney Cesar Gavidia, and let's discuss disability management services. Now, disability management services over the years, going back to, we've been working with them since the late 90s, handle a lot of long-term disability insurance claims, and they're what's known as a third-party administrator, which is a not a very common practice in the industry, because a lot of the big-time long-term disability insurance companies have their own in-house staff, and what a third-party administrator is a company that handles the processing, the administrative decisions, the claim decisions, even issues all of the benefit checks on behalf of the insurance company that initially funded or sold the disability policy. So another company that does this is Trustmark, which is a company that we've handled numerous claims with. So disability management services, over the years, we've seen them do a lot of work with AXA Equitable, Mutual of New York type claims. So what's your experience been with disability management services, and how have you been able to assist claimants that are contacted by disability management services?
Yeah, Greg, I've handled a lot of cases involving DMS or disability management services, particularly on policies like you mentioned with AXA Equitable or with Mutual of New York, MONY. And we've had fairly good dealings with them. They're not, as you said, they're a third-party administrator. So the scope of what they're doing and how they're approaching a disability claim may be a little different than, say, an insurance company who's paying the benefits and administering the claim together. Right. So it's that self-interest there. So typically what we've seen with DMS is when you submit a disability claim with maybe under your, let's say, your Mutual of New York policy, you might get a call from some representative for DMS and they say, well, we want to come to your home, or if you're partially disabled and working part-time, come to your office and we want to meet with you and we want to talk to you. And that's usually when we get the phone call. They say, why are they coming to us? What do they want to talk about? Why do I need to meet with them? Do I need to meet with them at my home? Do I need to meet with them at my office? What should I watch out for? And typically that's when we get involved. We get retained to represent the claimant through that type of field interview with them.
Well, one of the things about disability management services is they don't have the volume of, say, what a Prudential has, a MetLife has, an Aetna, Hartford, those kinds of things. The employees that they hire have often been there for long periods of time. They're often very experienced.
Yep.
They're not a company who I find is going to play games with you. However, their experience can be, disability management services experience can be detrimental to a claimant.
Sure.
The reason for that is because I find that the people at disability management services know what they're doing, and most claimants don't know what they're doing because they just basically know they can't work, and they don't know what they should or shouldn't be saying to the disability insurance company that's going to support their claim.
Right.
Disability management services I find to be very thorough, very detailed in their requests, sometimes maybe a little bit too thorough, and that's another thing where we can gauge what needs to be turned over to them when we're representing a claimant.
Right, and when they usually come to meet with you, they have reports already, reports done by financial consultants that they have in-house with the insurance company or with DMS. They have reports from their medical staff, so they're very well prepared for those interviews. They know exactly the questions they want to ask. They know exactly where they want to go with it.
Right, so they're not going to, in my opinion, make a rash decision like some of the big other companies were. I think the other companies have a deny first mentality, whereas disability management services really will try to do the right thing in terms of turning over all the different stones and really investigating the claim in the proper manner, sometimes to the point where often claimants will be like, why are they asking for this? Why'd they call this doctor? Why do they want this doctor from 10 years ago that has nothing to do with anything? They're just trained to look for everything and anything. Now, yes, they will look for everything and anything to pay a claim, but it works the other way too. If they find anything that's going to suggest that you shouldn't be paid, then they will likely latch onto that reason to not pay the claim. So, I think it's good that we have this working relationship with disability management services, just from having handled hundreds of claims over the years. I find that they respect our relationship with them. It becomes a business-to-business relationship as opposed to a business-to-consumer, which is a fearful relationship because you as the consumer really don't have a reason to trust disability management services.
Right.
You never contracted with them. You never even knew they existed until such time that you filed a claim. You know, all of a sudden, wait, I had access to Equitable. Why do I have disability management services now? So I think that's the peace of mind that we bring to the table with a disability claimant, is helping them walk through every step of the claim, helping them overcome any difficulties they're having in getting disability management services what they want. I don't think there's any issue we haven't seen with disability management services that would be new to us. So no matter what your issue is with disability management services, feel free to call any of our lawyers. We'll always offer you a free consultation, and we'll let you know right away whether or not we can assist you.